Hi guys, welcome back. So in this video we're going to discuss about the packages and modules. So the packages is a way we can organize all our Java classes and all the jar files into a single under a single name, under a single entity. So how can we do that? So in this image we can see that we have a different interfaces, classes, and even other packages. So we are combining all of them into a single entity and calling it a package. So this package is going to contain all these classes and interfaces, and it can be exported to some other system so that they can also use this functionalities there. So let's see about the packages. So there are two. So there are two types of packages. So there are something called as the built-in packages and the user-defined packages. So what are the all these packages like java.util, the java.lang, and 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 also some sort of frameworks. All of these are actually are defined in the Java language itself. So they are available with the GRE. So we don't explicitly write them, we only sort of use them. So these are the built-in packages. And if we were to create something for our own for our own business purposes, using our own custom logics, so we call them as a user-defined packages. And these user-defined packages can be exposed after creating a jar file out of it. So we'll see how the jar file works. And getting to a package example, so in a real world scenario, so in a programming scenario, this is how a package works. So we have a test package.java. So for this package I have to provide this the package. So this is a package called calculation. It has three it 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 has got three Java files. So all of them, so they might have some internal ways of accessing it, but uh, but usually we see them as classes. So that's how we operate with them. And then it internally has another package called as a string pack, and it has its own class called as a string manipulation.java. So all of these classes and all of these packages, so we are grouping that into a single entity called as the package calculation. So this package calculation, it can be given to any external source, to any external user, and then they can use this package using the import statements, and they can call all the classes which are defined in our package. And then while writing the program, we define some sort of access specifiers, right? So we'll see in terms of the packages how they work. So the private is only accessible within the same class, and the default. So the default works as the default lets you access any member within the same package, but if it is another package, it is not going to let you access it. But if you were to use if you were to use any variable which is defined in another package, so there are actually only two ways you can use it. If it is protected, you can either extend it, uh, and by extending the class which is defined there, so it becomes a subclass. So since a subclass can access this, since a subclass can access the project members, so we'll be able to access. Or if all of those variables are defined as public, then they will be accessible to everywhere. Any class can accept it even if it is not a subclass, right? And so this is about the collections, we discussed it. And then we have the jar. So what is this jar? So we have discussed that all these packages are created to be exported to some other system, but we cannot export a folder because the packages at a very higher level are nothing but a folders. But we are not supposed to just a transfer a folder. So we have to convert it into some sort of a format, into some and we are also needed to sort of compress that entire package if it's of a very large size. So in what way we're able to, manage all this files and folders inside the package, if we were to zip them, and if we were to unzip them, then is there any way that using the Java itself, that I can zip and unzip these packages? So one of the utility is called as jar. So a jar is going to let you compile all those dot class files into something called as a dot jar file. So the dot jar file is going to maintain the same structure, but in a very minimal format. And 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 since the dot jar is just a simple file, it can be transported to other system, and it can be extracted out there. So this is how we kind of compile all of them into jar.exe, into a jar file, not exactly exe. And then if any of these source files have a main function, then since we have a main function within our dot class files, so we can make it an executable, uh, right? And then let's come back to packages. Okay, so after packages, so we got something called as modules. So modules are even higher level abstractions to a management, to the repository management. So if we have a lot of packages, and each package has a lot of other packages and files, but if you only want to allow only a certain methods and only a certain parts of the package, then it can be done using modules. So in modules we can define which part can be made visible and which cannot be. So it is introduced in the Java 9. So the packages and the code, so we will have all of this, and we have a separate file called as a module info.java. So in this file we are going to define what are the endpoints that we are exposing to the other system. And so what do we write in this module info.java? So we will be writing what are the packages that it is exporting in this export session. And it will also, and we can also mention if this package is also dependent on any other packages, then we have to say it requires some other packages and it is exporting this functionality to the other system. So this is how we can define modules. So that's all about a package and modules.